Well, we're coming out of COVID-19. We're coming out of the pandemic, and arts and entertainment is trying to thrive. Once again, they've had their challenges like so many other commercial establishments, including restaurants and hospitality agencies. It's been a long run coming through. Some people have been thinking outside the box, and they are creative. And this year, it's the 90th season of the Ogunquit Playhouse, and they kick it off this Saturday with kind of an anniversary party to kind of celebrate 90 years and to thank the community for supporting the arts in Ogunquit at the historic Ogunquit Playhouse on Route 1 in Ogunquit, Maine. I'm joined by my good friend, the Executive Artistic Director Brad Kenney, who joins us on this Monday morning to talk a little bit about a very exciting 90th season and a great party coming up on Saturday. Hey, Brad, good morning. Welcome. How are you?
Hey there, Mike. I'm great. Hi to all your listeners, and it's happy spring and happy 90th anniversary of the Ogunquit Playhouse. It's going to be an exciting year. Thrilled to be here.
Yeah, this is an amazing comeback, because I guess the very first question that people are being asked, and once again, I want to thank you for thinking outside the box last year. You had this wonderful donation. You created this outdoor pavilion, this Leary Pavilion. You were able to do shows, and you had some COVID-19 protocols put in place, and people seemed to go with it, and they were able to enjoy live theater. And, of course, the biggest question is, what are you doing this year? Are you going inside or outside?
We are going back inside our beloved Playhouse, and we are so happy. It's been not since October of 2019 at this time. So, yeah, we're making some great plans. We've been working on the protocols. We're following along what Broadway is doing, and so we'll be announcing those as they come out. We did a big survey for our audience. We wanted to hear what people were comfortable with, and so gathering all that information and making the plan, but things are good, and I have to tell you, people are buying tickets at an unmeasurable record rate. So I think folks are really excited to come back.
Well,
to get back inside and to gather like this again.
Well, the theater is historic, and all you have to do is walk inside the lobby and look and see all the headshots of all the great actors and actresses that have passed through Ogunquit for 90 years. It's who's who of the greatest of the actors who have worked on Broadway all over across this country and around the world that have made their stops in Ogunquit. 90 years, and I know the very first show is a very exciting show. It's called The Cher Show. It's a Broadway musical, and this is kind of fun. Everybody loves the music of Cher, but we'll talk about some of the shows in a second. But talk about The Cher Show, because that opens up in just a few weeks, actually, right?
Correct. The actors start showing up today, believe it or not. So it's very, very exciting. The Cher Show was written by the same team that did the Jersey Boys. So as you can imagine, great music, an incredible tale, a lot of humor and fun, and maybe breaking that fourth wall, as we call it, and talking out to the audience directly. But it's the story of her life, and it's the story of her growing up, taking on her own journey and finding her own strength. A lot of it does certainly dwell in the time of Sonny and Cher, and so you really get to see them kind of grow up and come together. And I have to tell you, one of the most exciting parts of it, not only having the guy Rick Ellis, who wrote Jersey Boys, write this story and all the music, every single one of her hits, but Bob Mackie is not only a character in the show, but he designed all the wardrobe for Broadway. Very cool. Yeah. Thankfully, they have given us all of that.
Oh, my gosh.
And so,
it's great.
Yeah, we had a huge tractor-trailer truck show up with hundreds and hundreds of big wardrobe boxes with all the original Bob Mackie costumes and gowns and iconic Academy Award pieces that she's worn. And it's all in Ogunquit and now labeled, and there will be hundreds and hundreds of costumes on stage for the show, all designed by Bob Mackie. So that's pretty extraordinary, even for Ogunquit.
Well, you better put security guards on that or something. I don't know.
We are on it. We are so on it. And, some of the things, like pairs of wings come in these huge wooden crates. And it's been so wonderful. And even the hair, all the hair department that came in Broadway, hundreds of wigs, because you think of her hair and all the styles. So there's going to be an awful lot to look at, and all the songs And the set is designed. We worked on Heartbreak Hotel, the Elvis story, a number of years ago. It's transferred to Chicago and then Las Vegas. Out there, I worked with Andy Walmsley, who won an Emmy Award for designing the set for American Idol that we've all seen forever and ever. Andy became close to us, and so he's designing the set for Cher. So you've got an Emmy Award-winning designer, for the for the set, and then Bob Mackey designing the costumes. It's going to be a way to really get the 90th going.
Wow. Can you believe it's 90 years? You've been involved with at least a decade now, right? At least a decade, right?
17 years, Mike.
17 years. No, I've gotten to know you over the years through this show and through the shows at the Ogunquit. Yeah, 17 years, and you've brought a whole new era to the Ogunquit Playhouse. So much so that I remember 10 years ago you were talking about the 80th season, then the 85th season, and now the 90th season. And with that is kind of a little bit of a celebration this Saturday. Talk a little bit about this, because this is in conjunction with the town of Ogunquit's kind of a jump into spring celebration that they're having throughout the town, correct?
Correct, right. So we thought the best way to do it would be to kick off and have a big party. There's no charge. The public can come. This is the Seacoast birthday party for the Ogunquit, to celebrate the Ogunquit Playhouse. It's their playhouse. As you said, I've only been here 17 years out of the 90. And so we always think of the Playhouse more like our stewardship. And so we wanted to open the doors, have a big, wonderful designed cake, food trucks, bands on the lawn, and just a way for people with balloons and all of that to just come in and enjoy the campus, come back home to the Ogunquit Playhouse, and celebrate the fact that she's 90 years old.
That's amazing.
And so we wanted to give it back a little bit to the community and give us all a way to kick off into spring, too.
Yeah, I remember the day where you had to cancel because of COVID. We had you on the air that day, and that was such a tough day to even come on the air and talk about it and talk about what was going to happen. And the future was totally unknown at the time. Here we are 2.5 years later, and Broadway's back. There are protocols in place. Most of the regional theaters, including the Ogunquit Playhouse, are back still with some protocols in place. Do you see the arts coming back in full force now? I mean, after this 2.5 years, what is your sense right now?
I think so. We are, yes, no question. Broadway is doing huge numbers in New York, and I've sat in on my first couple of shows now to just watch how they're dealing with things, and so to look at that and to see how they're handling protocols and vaccinations or no vaccinations required. I don't think we're going to have vaccinations required, and so watching different venues handle it, and then how people are comfortable around that. And because everyone's story is different. And so I think last summer we did find a way to keep everybody comfortable. And I think we'll do that again this year. So watching those folks and what they're doing, but ticket sales even on Broadway are going really, really well. So we're all kind of stepping our feet back into it and finding out, how to keep everyone comfortable and move forward. I think what's different about what's happening at Ogunquit, some of the other theaters, concert venues are still starting with smaller productions. We, for whatever crazy reason, just decided to start big and do it. But things are going well, and we have the pieces in place. So so far, so good. And I think we've got a good plan where everyone will be able to step in back into gathering inside together.
Yeah, we're speaking to the executive artistic director Brad Kenney for another minute or so here. 90th anniversary season of the Ogunquit Playhouse. It's been a great partnership between Seacoast of New Hampshire and Southern Maine and all across New England, and people come from all over, even New York, New Jersey, come up in summertime here on this coast, and they go to the Playhouse, of course, on Route 1 in Ogunquit, Maine, to see some great Broadway-related shows here with many of the Broadway sets, the Broadway costumes, and people from Broadway coming up and doing the summer shows here. 90th anniversary season with a 90th anniversary party on Saturday. That's between 3 and 5. The party is free, from what I understand, correct? You'll have food trucks.
Correct.
That is, the food trucks are payment per item, obviously, though. But obviously, people can come in and just enjoy the festivities for the day, right?
Correct.
Yeah,
there's going to be an awful lot of fun and photo booths and just a way to kind of enjoy a day out and the Playhouse herself.
Yeah, I just want to mention, we don't have time to go through all the descriptions, but you got the Share Show starting in May, the second week of May. And then I didn't realize this, but everyone knows Jerry Lewis and the Nutty Professor. I didn't know there was a musical, The Nutty Professor, but that's the second show coming up in July, correct?
Brand new, right? Marvin Hamlish, who's won Oscars and Tonys and Emmys, he wrote the score, and he's passed away while working on this. It's the final score of Marvin Hamlish. And then, so that's the Nutty Professor, wacky, very farcical, fun, big dancing, big bright musical. And then Mr. Holland's Opus world premiere will happen at Ogunquit before Broadway. It goes around the world. And then Clue, based on the board game, and then Of course, the Tim Curry, Madeline Kahn, very zany, farcical film.
Yeah.
Lots of dead bodies.
And then, of
It's gonna
course,
be a great year.
you're going to celebrate the holidays. You're going to bring in the Ogunquit Playhouse at the Music Hall in Portsmouth. You're bringing back your Christmas presentation again. That's coming up in November and December. Elf the Musical, which was always well accepted and always a lot of fun as well. So you got
It's huge.
a full season
Hugely
coming up
popular.
again, which is great to hear. Great to hear.
Huge. We are rolling, and so far so good. And it's a great relationship with the music hall, and they're very excited too.
90th anniversary season. Tickets are available now for all the shows, especially the Cher Show. Get your tickets before they sell out. The Cher Show, the Broadway musical, opens up Thursday, May 12th through Saturday, June 25th. My good friend Brad Kenney from the Ogunquit Playhouse, the Executive Artistic Director. Always good to talk to you. And we'll see you Saturday at the Playhouse. And a great season up ahead. Looking forward to it. Thank you, Brad.
Thank you, Mike.
All right.
Thanks, everyone.